So, you're thinking about a trip, and you've narrowed it down to two of the most unique destinations on the planet, Japan and Iceland. It makes sense. People tend to lump them together as once-in-a-lifetime trips. The incredible scenery, the unique cultures, the epic adventures, they seem like two sides of the same incredible travel coin. But trust me, planning your trip as if they're the same is a total rookie mistake. It's a mistake that can cost you money, time, and turn that dream vacation into a really frustrating mess. Here's the truth. These two countries operate on completely different software. Japan runs on a system of ancient tradition meeting futuristic precision. Iceland, on the other hand, thrives on raw, elemental chaos. And look, one isn't better than the other, but knowing which system you're stepping into is the real secret to a perfect trip. In this video, we're going to break down the brutally honest, on-the-ground differences. We're talking budget, transportation, food, and safety. By the end, you'll know exactly which country fits your travel style and how to approach each one to have the trip of a lifetime, not a travel nightmare. Before we get into money or cars, we have to talk about the vibe. This is the invisible force that shapes your entire experience from the moment you land. Japan is harmony, it's ordered. There's a deep respect for rules, social codes, and the collective good that is woven into every part of life. Think about something as simple as riding the subway. In Japan, it's quiet, orderly, and impeccably on time. It's logical, it's considerate, it's precise. This thinking extends to everything, from visiting a temple to buying a snack from a vending machine. It creates a travel experience that feels meticulously crafted, deeply considered, and incredibly respectful. Now, let's talk about Iceland. In Iceland, the vibe isn't shaped by social rules, but by the overwhelming power of nature. The country feels wild, untamed, and primal. The experience is less about navigating crowds and more about surrendering to the elements. The sudden shift in weather, the volcanic steam rising from the earth, the sheer scale of a glacier. Icelandic towns can feel small and quiet, but the land around them is constantly moving, noisy, and wonderfully intense. You'll be driving down a road and feel like you're the only person on the planet, dwarfed by waterfalls and mountains. It's a country that feels less polished, but because of that, profoundly raw and humbling. This core difference, Japan's intricate man-made harmony versus Iceland's raw, elemental power, is the key to everything else. It changes how you'll budget, how you'll travel, and even how you'll eat. So, let's get into the practical stuff. And hey, if you're already finding this useful, do me a quick favor and hit that like button. It tells YouTube you're enjoying the video and really helps the channel out. Winner Japan? Alright, let's talk money. You've probably heard that both of these countries are expensive. And while there's some truth to that, the reality is way more nuanced. In Japan, the prices can seem high, but it's a country of incredible financial layers. A high-end hotel in Tokyo can cost a fortune, and a Michelin-starred meal is a serious splurge. But here's the massive advantage: value at every level. You can eat an incredible filling meal at a local ramen shop or a convenience store for very little money. Costs are transparent, and there are options for every budget, which means you can plan your spending with a ton of confidence. Iceland is a whole different financial ballgame. Your trip will be expensive. Daily costs for tourists in Iceland are consistently ranked among the highest in the world. Hotels, food, and gas all come at a premium because almost everything is imported. Unlike Japan, there aren't as many layers. You won't find the amazing cheap meal just 2 streets away. The magic of Iceland isn't in finding bargains, but in accepting the cost as part of the experience. It's a country that rewards careful planning, self-catering, and booking well in advance. It's definitely not a budget destination and requires a mindset of splurging for the adventure. So when it comes to budget, it's this simple. Japan's costs can be high, but it offers a wide spectrum of choices. Iceland's costs are generally higher across the board and require a much bigger upfront financial commitment. Winner, Japan. Now for one of the biggest deciders, getting around. Japan has one of the best transportation infrastructures in the world, period. The high-speed rail network, the Shinkansen, is a legend of punctuality, speed, and comfort. It connects the major cities with breathtaking efficiency. Combined with the hyper-organized urban metro systems, it makes it incredibly easy to explore the entire country without ever getting behind the wheel of a car. For many travelers, this seamless network is a huge part of the Japanese experience itself. Iceland's transportation is the complete opposite. It's a country built for the road trip. Outside of the capital, Reykjavik, public transport is limited and not designed for sightseeing. To truly see the waterfalls, glaciers, and black sand beaches, renting a car is almost essential. The famous Ring Road circles the country, offering one of the most epic drives on Earth. But driving in Iceland is an adventure in itself. You'll face narrow roads, single-lane bridges, and highly unpredictable weather. It's less about seamless efficiency and all about freedom, independence, and self-reliance. So for transport, think of it this way. Japan offers a world-class integrated network that makes complex trips easy and stress-free. Iceland is brilliant for the independent traveler who wants the freedom of the open road, but it calls for more planning and a willingness to handle challenging driving conditions. Winner, Japan. You can't have this conversation without talking about the food. And this isn't about which one is better. That's a ridiculous question. It's about a fundamental difference in philosophy. Japanese cuisine is often about precision and artistry. It's a refined, almost spiritual practice built on perfecting a single element. The perfect slice of fish, the exact texture of the rice, the deep, umami-rich broth. A great Japanese meal, whether it's a multi-course kaiseki dinner or a simple bowl of ramen, is a demonstration of skill, tradition, and a profound respect for ingredients. It's a composed, deliberate, and masterful experience. Icelandic food, on the other hand, is about the place. It's all about survival, tradition, and using the hardy ingredients the land and sea provide. The focus is less on complex methods and more on the purity of the product. World-class lamb, fresh Arctic char, and the famous Icelandic yogurt, Skya. It's a celebration of flavor at its most direct and unique. It feels less like a performance and more like a direct connection to the rugged landscape on a plate. Choose Japan if you appreciate the artistry and refined technique of cooking. Choose Iceland if you crave a taste of a unique place and ingredients that tell the story of the environment. Winner, Japan. Feeling safe and comfortable is huge for any traveler, but especially if it's your first time on a big trip. The good news is, both Japan and Iceland are consistently ranked as two of the safest countries in the world for tourists. In both places, violent crime is extremely rare, but the experience and the main risks are totally different. For a first-time visitor, Japan can feel incredibly easy and welcoming. The country is exceptionally safe, and its public transportation is reliable, even with a language barrier. The sheer orderliness of society and the helpfulness of its people make it straightforward to navigate. The biggest challenges are cultural, like knowing when to bow or how to pay for a meal, not issues of personal safety. Iceland can feel more intense for a first-timer. The primary dangers in Iceland aren't from people, but from nature itself. The weather is famously unpredictable and can change in an instant. Roads can be treacherous, and natural attractions like black sand beaches have hidden dangers like sneaker waves. For some people, this raw power is exactly what makes Iceland so thrilling. For a more anxious first-timer though, the need for self-reliance and constant awareness of the environment could feel overwhelming. Ultimately, Japan is often seen as an easier first trip because its systems are so organized and safe. Iceland might be a better fit for someone with a bit of road trip experience or a personality that thrives on adventure and respecting the power of the natural world. Winner, Iceland. So, after breaking it all down, which country gets your vote? Are you team meticulous harmony or are you team primal wilderness? Let me know in the comments below. I honestly read every single one. And hey, if you're planning a trip to either country and want more deep dive guides, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss what's coming up next. So, Japan or Iceland? There is no wrong answer here, but there is a right answer for you. Here's the brutally honest truth. Choose Japan if your perfect trip involves order, cultural depth, and a sense of harmony. Choose Japan if you want to be immersed in a world that blends ancient tradition with Blade Runner-esque futurism, if you want to travel on arguably the best public transport on Earth, and if you see food as a form of high art. Japan is for the traveler who loves to explore layers of culture and appreciates precision and grace. Choose Iceland if you thrive on adventure, raw nature, and a bit of beautiful chaos. Choose Iceland if you want to be thrown into a world of epic landscapes that feel like another planet. If your idea of a perfect day is a road trip with no fixed agenda. And if you are humbled by the power of the natural world. Iceland is for the traveler who is willing to let go, embrace the wild, and let the journey itself be the destination. Both countries simply offer two profoundly different ways to experience our planet. One asks you to admire its perfect, intricate design. The other invites you to stand in the middle of its wild, untamed, magnificent storm. And deciding which invitation you want to accept is the first step to the perfect trip.